All right. Tonight, myself is joined by two special guests, and one that's probably going to be the host of a show here coming up pretty quick. So, to my left is Stephen Foster, the new
Hello.
host of the eventual Billings Outlaws show that will be presented by Shady Sports Network. And below us is Eddie Hamilton, a defensive end and lineman for the Billings Outlaws of the CIF. So thank you for joining us tonight, Eddie, and I'm excited to get into your career.
Yeah, man, let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Absolutely. So one of the things that has always kind of fascinated me about football is the guys that are kind of in between a position. You know what I mean? Kind of like a guy like yourself. I mean, you're what 6'4", 6'3", 265. So you can play that defensive end. You can kick inside. You can rush from the inside. So with that being said, how do you expect to be utilized defensively to truly tap into this kind of unique skill set you have?
So I really think well, my college really prepared me for this because my senior year, I actually had to play some three tech. I had to play some nose. So coming into arena, I really wasn't afraid of getting double teamed or getting my hands dirty or anything like that. Because I was one of the guys that kind of stepped up to the plate, in college when we were down D tackles to begin the year. So I was like, Coach, put me in. Like, I don't care. They just 300 pounds. You know what I'm saying? I just got to be quicker. That's it. So I never, I always had that confidence that I was going to get my job done. I don't care. So yeah, man. And then, I mean, that even translates to being on the other side of the ball. I don't dream about blocking nobody, but at the same time, if it got to get done, the job going to get done.
Love it. Eddie, so, hey, what kind of player you think you're going to be in 2023? Are you still trying to compile some tape and maybe another shot at the next level, or are you just happy sticking fulls on game day and maybe
Yeah.
looking towards life after football?
Yeah, so that's a very great and unique question because that hits me in the heart. I do love this sport. I do want to continue to get better at it, but I'm also at the part of my career where, I got a daughter on the way. Um, I want her to have the best dad, what I'm saying, experience as well. So there's other avenues, to make a lot of money. Um, this is definitely my passion, my love, this sport. So I'm definitely gonna keep trying to move up and keep trying to make baby girl proud, make myself proud, my family proud, and I'm definitely gonna do it that way. But when it's time to hang them up, I got baby girl at home waiting for me. So I ain't either way. I'm happy.
Congratulations on that, by the
Yeah,
way.
man. Appreciate that, man. For real.
Absolutely. Congratulations. Super, super excited for you. Great feeling being a father.
Yeah, it is. It's gonna be.
Absolutely. So, in reference to the outdoor game, could you see yourself playing in a strong side linebacker position in a 3-4 or a 4-3 over front?
I feel like I would be. I feel like I would definitely be a traditional 4-3, but I would definitely get in there and like some wily outside linebacker, edge rusher. That's what they call them. Because guys is getting drafted as edge rusher. They're not defensive ends no more. It's edge. So yeah, I would definitely see myself as like going like a wide nine technique or being in a 3-4 where I rush up field and drop back into coverage, look out, and what I'm saying, get my hands up, play something out in the field. Um, Definitely good at making open field tackles, so I'm confident there. But yeah, I mean, I've had some scouts ask me, would you be comfortable playing outside linebacker? And I definitely would be, but I want to kind of have like a 2 point stance, so like an untraditional type of defensive end, a 2 point stance and rush the edge. Yeah, that's why I'm comfortable at.
Awesome. Eddie, so one of the questions I had is uh, what team are you a fan of, and
Come
who did you idolize growing up?
on, baby. You already know, not a gang in this thing. But yeah, bro. Idolizing players, man. Shoot, I had three, man. I had my big three. I had Calvin Johnson. I had
Good one.
Ray Lewis,
Mhm.
and I had um, homegrown, a whole lot of stuff around him, but Michael Vick. You know, I'm from Virginia. He from Virginia. He was always around there. He was at all the camps, all the high school stuff, and he was so chill and down to earth. And you know, we go to these camps and you see all these superstars, and they all acting like, "Oh, I can't talk to you. I can't." Michael Vick was like, "Yo, what's good, y'all?" Like just very open and very, very chill, very, very down to earth. But Calvin Johnson is just a straight up freak. 6'5", 235, 433. Like the guy can outlift you in the gym, out jump you, out like speed you, catch you, anything. And then Ray Lewis was just passion. Ray Lewis is a football player. Like when you look up football and you want to watch film on football to get fired up, you watch Ray Lewis. Like if you really want to watch a football player, that's who you watch.
Absolutely. This wasn't a question on my list, but any chance we see you bust out that Ray Lewis stance while you enter the arena this season?
Hey, I might have to play homage, bro.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
sure.
Heck yeah.
That'd be awesome.
Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm doing that, though. I'm doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one thing I wanted to ask you about is how has the CIF as a league kind of helped you continue to get better year over year?
So that is a great question. The CIF has definitely helped me understand that I moved from D3 to D1 level competition like that, and definitely helped me understand my game, understand what's going on around me, put me in locker rooms with guys that's been in LSU, Alabama, Florida State, Texas, Tennessee, Cal, USC, like just all these big schools with all these like geniuses as coaches. So it's good to get in there and pick some of these guys' brain, but also it's better to go against them because these guys. I mean, at D3, our offseason wasn't mandatory. I mean, if you wanted to lift, you wanted to get a work in, you wanted to do nutrition, that was all on you. So it's been good picking these guys' brains and going against them, and it's definitely helped me improve as a player.
So I got my hands on the roster sheet recently, and I see 3 dedicated offensive linemen. A few of you guys have been designated to play offensive line and defensive line. Are you looking forward to that challenge of maybe playing both ways if called upon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, look, the biggest thing that I learned about I went up to the IFL in the beginning of the year last year. That team ended up, what was it, the Bay Area Panthers. They ended up having a very tough go at the season. They were a brand new team, sponsored by Marshawn Lynch. They had a lot of work cut out for them, but a lot of our offensive linemen actually ended up dropping. And at the IFL level, it's about the same. It's about the same as the CIF, just a little more polished. But I started 5 games at offensive line and built my confidence there. So I knew if I could block those guys, who are a lot of them premier edge rushers, like it's a couple of guys that was like, maybe like under 6 foot, that were like, those speed guys. That's the league. They'll that's your untraditional but traditional in this league defensive end edge rusher, I should say. But yeah, man, it's all the same. It's all the same. We in a phone booth, baby, and it's you versus me. I'm looking at you right in your eyes, brother. You got to try to get around me. You ain't getting around me. They're like that.
I love it. I'm learning something here. I was not aware that you had played some offensive line this past season.
Oh, hey, man, I went to get some guys that was like, man, I'm supposed to have like 2 sacks on you, bro. I ain't know you was this good. I'm like, hey, I ain't know either, brother, but you ain't getting past me.
That's awesome. So this seems like a perfectly good time to fire up this highlight tape so we can play this while we talk. So my next question was actually, you spent some time with the Beef in 2021 during a season in which that they won the championship. Did you see the makings of a championship squad at the time?
Yes, it's crazy. That year I started out in Salina, as you see there. And as I came to the Omaha Beef, that defensive line, I mean, we were lit. Like I'm talking about every practice, we were always on each other. Yo, bro, what are you doing to get better? What are you doing, bro? Like, what type of pass rush move was that, bro? That shit is soft. Like we demanded greatness out of everybody. It wasn't an option. It wasn't okay. This practice, I'll do good. Hey, you guys, next practice, hey man, let's slow it down. Like, nah, it was all you got every time because we all trying to get to the next level, and that's the reason why we led that league in sacks that year because everybody was hungry. And looking at the roster of guys that we got now, I mean, we've already started communicating and figuring out what we're doing for workouts, and we're sharing stuff. And yeah, bro, I see the potential to be on the same type of defensive line that I was on there.
So, Eddie, if you do indeed get in on offense, do you think you're going to just be kind of stuck in the trenches, or do you think they might little tight end play for you or something like that? You've been working on your stiff arm, your touchdown celebration?
Heck yeah. It's crazy. I just was talking to one of my coaches, one of the coordinators, and he was like, "Yo, bro, be ready. Hope you got that. I hope you got some gas, man. I seen you ran 21 miles per hour. Let's see it."
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So yeah, man. I definitely. Oh yeah. And the end zone dances. The first end zone dance got to be the plumber.
I love it.
And the second might end up being like the gritty or something. I don't know. I gotta get it. I gotta see what I do.
That's amazing. One of those highlights a minute ago, if I'm not mistaken, was against the current CFL quarterback, actually, Tyree Adams from the Salina Liberty. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody who's not aware. So obviously, since you won a championship last season, I'm sure your opinion is going to slant one way on this, but does defense still, in fact, win championships?
Oh, yeah. Because guess what? You got two offenses going head-to-head, and it's a shootout. It's who defense stop who first. Every time. That defense is going to win you your chip. It ain't changed. Because guess what? You can go against a team that defense suck and still lose. You got one cornerback, one safety to give up a touchdown. That's it. That's all it takes. And you in a shootout with somebody that you shouldn't be in a shootout with. Same thing go for D-line. Your D-line standing up here doing this, and you give me a quarterback all day, he gonna pick you apart, We got that little bit of feel. Somebody bound to get open after 3 seconds.
Absolutely.
So last year, the Outlaws returned under Pick Six Entertainment, okay? And I'm not going to get all started or all huffy. That we'll save that for another episode. But in short, they basically overhyped and underdelivered, okay? I know you guys aren't really all here in town yet, but what's the early on vibe or feeling that you guys are getting from the new owner, Steven Titus?
So, Steve, man, let me tell you something about Mr. Titus. From the jump, last season we had some issues with payment on very important things like housing and so, and that man wasn't even the owner of the team yet and stepped up before his time to be the owner and made sure that we were okay. Made sure that we were hitting our phones, calling us, texting us, hey man, I'm coming, I got some stuff on the way, but hey, I'm not there right now, but as soon as I land, understand, I got you, take care of you, and he's a real, it's not a lot of owners like that, man, and that's across the board, across all sports. There's not a lot of owners on the team that's really going to be personable with the players, and he's definitely one of those guys, man, and I really respect him, and that was the biggest reason why I stayed on this team, was because I wanted to see change. Because,
I feel you, because as a sponsor, we were really robbed of 3/4 of the season last year, right? I mean, but as soon as he came in, as a sponsor myself, we saw immediate change. So I feel very comfortable that we're in great hands with Mr. Titus and the management group. Lisa, she's been amazing. Right. They've all been fantastic. It's been just night and day difference between what we started with last year and where we're at now.
Night and day, man. I mean, Coach Locke, head coach Locke now, but he wasn't even our head coach then, and he was coaching me up after games. Hey, EJ, man, you got to use your hands more. You got to strike first. You got to, like, he was, yeah, bro. This is a definitely whole different vibe. That's just why I say I really feel like we can win a chip with this team. It's a family.
Yeah, love that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to get on my soapbox for a minute, so bear with me. But in my opinion, indoor football takes another level of toughness. I mean, not only a level of toughness, but a love for the game. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys are not being made millionaires by this game that you're playing on a daily basis. In fact, most of you guys still work other jobs and still pursue football with a tenacity that most of us don't even know how to pursue our regular life with. So, I mean, for you to have 2 careers and still be able to do this is amazing. But talk to me about the level of dedication you have to play to play indoor football at this level.
Well, that's, first of all, everything you said was great. Spot on, nail on the head. But me coming from a D3 school, I was already living like that. I was already the guy who was showing up to practice and showing up and to unmandatory lifts in the summer with Coach Dawkins and calling my strength and conditioning coach up and seeing where he's at. He's driving an hour to come open up the gym for me so I can lift and get some work in and stuff like that. So the dedication was already there. And a lot of these D1 guys, they don't, it's harder for them. I will say it's harder for them to adapt, because a lot of times with D1, you got everything, you got your food, your schedule, all that on like an iPad usually. You checking in, you got coaches calling you, texting you, making sure you're doing stuff, you're eating and everything like that. With me, I had to do everything on my own. I had to be my own accountability. So moving from D3 to indoor, that part didn't change, but it was unexpected. I would definitely say that it was unexpected, but I rolled with it, and I mean, I'm here now, so I can't, it is what it is, and I wouldn't change it. Because when I get to the up somewhere, you know what I'm saying, and when I have all that at my disposal, I'm gonna be like, bro, like y'all, like I'm gonna be that guy saying y'all better take care. Like, understand, this is this is a privilege, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey,
yeah,
I got a different love and a different level, and that's where you hit the nail on the head. Is that you do have to have a different love, a different type of dedication to sit here and want to work out, want to prioritize meals, want to prioritize recovery, want to prioritize making money at your job, want to prioritize, time with your family, time with your friends, all that. And yeah, it does take a different level, because you have to maneuver every day.
Hey, you got to play in, some pretty cool places in the East Coast. You got to play in Kansas. How has the community here in Billings welcomed you, and what are your thoughts on, or what kind of word do you want to get out to your teammates? What are they coming here for? What are they coming to?
Okay. So, man, when I say the community here is really accepting, like, it's fun out here, man. Like, like whatever you're into, and especially with the group of guys I had last year, knowing one of my close friends, I had Rashawn Stewart, made another friend, we call him Nike, another friend, D2, we call him Rio, Zom, that's Tay. But yeah, I mean, the thing about football is that no matter where you go, you gonna make brothers. You're gonna make brothers. So we took care of each other. It's lit out here. You just gotta find the right things to do. You gotta find the right places to go, the right food, all that. And having players coming back to a place like Billings lets you understand the landscape, so you can further branch out and find more stuff. So as far as how I've been embraced, it's been amazing, man. Like I got a great job right after the season. I got a great job right after the season. Shout out to my boy. A great job. Learned a trade that I could take with me for the rest of my life. I could take care of stuff at home, here in my place, anywhere else. I could help family members. And as far as what my teammates have to look forward to, like I said, man, it all depends on you. If you want to do the nightlife, that's here. If you want to chill, that's here. If you want to do something up in the mountains, that's here. I mean, there's rivers, there's lakes, there's places to chill at. There's chill places, and a lot of people here aren't uptight. Everybody here is very very, very. I mean, it's very relaxed. It's very relaxed here, and I didn't know that. Not ever. Because I've been in the Midwest, so I know the feeling. But here is something different, man. I like it, and the food is good too. Don't get me started, man. Y'all got some secret spots up here, man.
I'll have to hit you guys up if I ever end up in Billings for a game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Eddie, are you the type of person that's trying to get yourself hyped up before a game, or are you calming your nerves before a game? And with that in mind, what kind of music do you choose before you get into a game?
That's a great question. Ain't nobody ever asked me that. Not on camera. But man, what's so crazy? From college to now, well, at the end of college, I was a hype guy. I want to get hyped up, want to get my blood pumping. I want to, and ever since my rookie year, I want to say like the middle of the season, becoming a pro and just looking at all the ins and outs of everything that I have to understand before a game, I felt like it wasn't good for me to be so rambunctious and all over the place before a game. It was better for me to be calm, watch my film, have an understanding, work out my pass rush moves before they happen, have some nice calming music on that's gonna put me in a spot where I'm making a play, That's where my head went to, and that evolved. Like I said, as becoming a pro, that evolved. But I was that guy, screaming. We would have Meek Mill going, we had Pop Smoke, we had Tupac, we had Biggie, we had everybody. We had everybody, make you feel like he was in a studio, like that type of feeling. And went from that to like, let's chill out. But it's crazy because when I make a big play, in my head, it's like a concert going on. Like after I make a big play, it's like, I'm out of my body, and it's such a surreal feeling. You got fans screaming in your ear, you damn near deaf, and you just like, oh man, I'm getting goosebumps now. Yeah, bro.
Absolutely. Steven, did you have any more questions for him?
No.
Okay, I got one more for you tonight, and then a little bit of a surprise. So you said Ray Lewis was a player you looked to as a motivation to sculpt your game. What was it about his game in particular that you loved, and how have you incorporated it into your game?
I loved his he was like, I love how he embodied the game more than the game. Like he was a warrior, like a gladiator. It's football, but like when you're in it, it's a whole nother beast, man. Because you got somebody over there on the other side that want to lay you out and get rid of you, so they can win the game and not have to worry about you. You know what I'm saying? So they're a certain warrior-like, gladiator-like calmness before war comes over you. And then when you're in the game, like, and you have to in there, and you're looking at 6'7", 315, you like, I don't care. Like, I don't. It's at the end of the day, like you got to deal with me. I don't got to deal with you. You got to deal with me. You got to stop me. Like, and that's the type of mentality Ray Lewis had. No matter who he was hitting, who he was tackling, who he was barking at, you know. Everybody knew what 52 was on the field. Every play. You looking for 52. And that's the type of mentality I want to have.
Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and call it a night on this one. I do have a couple comments I'm going to roll through real quick. So we got Zamdoff the Blue. Woo. He says, Kevin Matsunuga, Eddie, let's go. Aaron Foster, I assume there's some relation there. Hey. And then he says, the plunger has to be your touchdown celebration.
Yes.
And then Joe Foster, I assume another relation there. 10 sack season coming.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin again, just 10, Joe. Okay, 20.
I like it.
And then JoJo being 777. Hey guys. So appreciate all you guys for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, and stick with us for all the future. We got a lot of more Billings Outlaws coverage coming up in the future, and then I'm sure Eddie will probably be back on at some point as well. So with that being said, thank you everybody for tuning in, and we will catch you after a while on the next one.